Now we'll be proceeding toward the real numbers properties, and although I had told you about the properties of the real numbers in the previous lectures, and again we'll be considering those properties, we'll be using those properties, and we'll be trying to prove this relation in which minus 7 by 12 minus 5 by 18 is equal to minus 21 minus 10 whole divided by 36. So we have to prove this rule or this statement. How can it be done? That we'll be using the basic properties of the real numbers. We'll be doing each and every step to prove this relation. So for this, we have to take the left hand side. Left hand side is equal to minus 7 by 12 minus 5 by 18. So now we'll be thinking about that we have to make the same type of denominators here. You can see here that the first has the denominator of 12, while the second fraction is having the denominator of 18. But we must try to make them same. How these can be made the same? We'll be trying to find the LCM at the first step. But before it, we have to do another thing. We cannot do directly, we are not allowed to do, because we have to justify each and every step. Therefore, before doing this, we have to do the property to use the property of multiplicative identity, in which minus 7 by 12 is same to minus 7 by 12 multiplied to 1. Why? Because 1 is the multiplicative identity. Multiplicative identity means whenever something is being multiplied to a certain quantity, then the result is same. And that quantity is actually 1. Whenever something is going to be multiplied with 1, it remains the same. So 1 is the multiplicative identity of every number, of every real number. So similarly, for the 5 by 18, 5 by 18 can also be multiplied to 1, because it is multiplicative. 1 is the multiplicative identity of each and every real number. Anyhow, now I already told you that 12 and 18 are the denominators, and both of these denominators are not same to each other. These must be similar to each other. And so we have to find the LCM here, least common multiple. On the left side, I'm doing the least common multiple process. So what is the procedure for that? You can see here that both have the relation to 2, and both are the multiples of 2. So 2 to 6 is 12, and 2 9 is 18. While 6 and 9 both are multiples of 3. So you can write 3 2 is 6, and 3 3 is 9. While 2 and 3, these remainings are not multiples of, and they are not having the common multiple. Therefore, we'll be multiplying all of these quantities. For example, 2, 2, 3, 2, and 3. But in other words, you may write it as, by using the arrows, this type of arrow. Yes. So these all have been multiplied with each other, and you are going to get the result. Means 2, first is 2, second is 3, third is 2, and then fourth number is 3. When you multiply all of these, this will be the 36. So 36 is the least common multiple of 12 and 18. If you still forget or you don't have enough time to find it, then there is another method. Just it's a trick that it is already written on the right hand side in the denominator. So you have got the clue that you have to make them that 12 and 18 both must be converted into 36. That's why. Anyhow, now we have to do the procedure in which we have to multiply certain numbers with 12 and 18, so that we are going to make those numbers to 36 a common multiple, least common multiple. So can you tell that how this 12 can be made to 36, can be converted into 36? Any number which can be multiplied with 12 and it makes it to 36. Yes, the number is, because this is 12, 12 can be multiplied to 3. When it is going to be multiplied to 3, and 12 3 will be 36. So 12 times 3 is 36. So you have to multiply this 7 by 12, 7 by 12 to 3. 3 will be multiplied. So we have to do this process as well. But before this, we have, although we have to identify the multiplicative identity. This is one is multiplicative identity. So we'll be writing 7 by 12 multiply 1. So in place of 1, we'll be writing 3 multiplied to 1 by 3. Multiplied to 1 by 3. Why we have done it? Because 3 and 1 by 3 are multiplicative inverse of each other. Therefore, we are doing it. Anyhow, when they are multiplicative inverses of each other, then is again 5 by 18. 5 by 18, and 18 can be made to 36 by multiplying it to 2. 18 times 2 is 36. So you have to write here 2 cross 1 by 2. Because in place of 1, you may write the multiples to multiplicative inverses of each other. Because here 3 and 1 by 3 are multiplicative inverse of each other, while 2 and 1 by 2 are also the multiplicative inverses of each other, because their net result is equal to 1, because they are cancelling each other. That's why. Anyhow, now we'll be proceeding ahead, and now you can see here that this is 7 cross 3 cross 1. These are the numerators of the first fraction, divided by 12 cross 3. These are the denominators. These will be multiplied with each other. While the next fraction is 5 by 18. So 5 by 18 cross 2 cross 1 by 2. So all of these can be written in this form. So this is 18 times 2, because the fractions are same. So 18 times 2. Now we have to multiply all of these. That 7 times 3 is 21, and 7 times 3 is 21, and 21 times 1 is 21. So 21 divided by 12 times 3 is 36. Subtraction. 5 times 2 is 10. 10 times 1 is 10. So 10 divided by 18 times 2 is 36. Now again, we have to separate this denominator from 21 and 10. So for this purpose, we have to write it as minus 21. There is another procedure as well that will be more easy for you, because we had done here that this was 7 times 3 is 21, and remaining was cross 1 as well. So you may write cross 1 as well here, multiply to 1, and at here you have done 5 times 2 is 10. So 10 times 1 is still left. So 10, you can write it as 10 times 1. Now you can write the first fraction to be minus 21 multiplied to 1 by 36, this thing, and minus 10 multiplied to 1 by 36. We can write it in this form as well. Now 1 by 36, you can see here that 1 by 36 is common, and we'll be using the distributive property. And since 1 by 36 is written on the right side of the both of these, so it is on the right side, so this will be followed by the right distributive property. So this is minus 21 minus 10 and 1 by 36, because 1 by 36 is going to be multiplied with both of these. Therefore, this is related to the right distributive property. In usual language, this is the common that has been taken from it. So this is minus 21 minus 10 inside the brackets cross 1 whole divided by 36. We'll be writing in this language now. As you know that this is cross 1 multiplied to 1. Multiplied to 1 has this is related to the multiplicative identity. So in the next step, we are not going to write it because there is no need to write cross 1. So this is, and this is equal to the right hand side. So our relation has been proved, but we have to do something other as well, because we have still not justified our steps. We have not written these steps properly. So we have to properly write these steps, all of these steps. So at first, in the first step, we had done we had used the multiplicative identity. Whenever 1 is going to be multiplied, this is multiplicative identity. So write the name of this property inside the brackets. So this is multiplicative identity. In the next step, you have seen here that this is actually, this is not the multiplicative identity now. It is the multiplicative inverse, because 3 has been multiplied to its own multiplicative inverse. So this is the property of the multiplicative inverse. So we are going to use the property of multiplicative inverse here. Therefore, you have to write multiplicative inverse. And in this case, if you are going to use these 3 brackets, 7 cross 3 cross 1 by 3. So if you use the brackets here, that this will be more better. So 5 cross 2 is also being used here. So you can write here, because 3 things are going to be multiplied with each other, you need to write associative property of multiplication. And the next step, what's happening here, that although they have been multiplied with each other, but you can see here that 1 is going to be multiplied, and then 21 cross 1 by 36 has been written. So here we have not utilized any type of property, but we have utilized our simple axioms. Now in this step, we have taken the common. 1 by 36 has been taken as common, which in the mathematics language, this will be called as the right distributive property, because we have used this toward the right. The common has been taken toward the right. So this is the right distributive property. In the next step, this step is same, and in the last step, we have multiplied it to 1, and whenever something is going to be multiplied to 1, you must know that this is the multiplicative identity, because 1 is the multiplicative identity. Hence, we have got the proof. Thank you very much. Allah.